Hey YouTube, welcome back to Griffin Grills. I am Griffin and I'm excited today because I've got a new burner pot. I love low country boil. The only problem with it is it's a little bit pricey, and sometimes depending on how many ingredients you got, it may take a little while. We got a product today that hopefully will solve both of those problems. So let's check this out. But first, I'm going to show you the product and then we're going to light up our boil pot. So stay tuned and hope you enjoy the show. So like I said in the intro, the biggest problem that most people have with a low country boil is depending on how many ingredients you get, whether it's crab, shrimp, mussels, crawfish, it can get a little on the pricey side. I've done it 2 other times already since I've gotten my pot, and the last time I did it, it was over $60–70. First time I did it, it was nearly $100. So for a family of 5, that's not very feasible, and it just takes out way too much of the budget. But I did come across this product today. It's a seafood boil bag, and the manufacturer is Tasty Choice. Now, they do not sponsor me. This is just a find that I found in my grocery store, and it contains everything you need for a low country boil. It's got corn on the cob, it's got raw shrimp, it's got andouille sausage, mussels, red skin potatoes, and it even comes with a butter seasoned packet. Now, according to the bag, you're just supposed to be able to dump the whole thing in to boiling water, and it's done within 5 to 6 minutes. I'm guessing that the potatoes and shrimp and potatoes, sausage, and corn are possibly already pre-cooked. The shrimp might be, since it says raw, all you need is just the 5 minutes it takes to cook the shrimp. So we're going to try this product out today, and I'm going to let you know whether it's good or not. And if it's this cheap, I picked this up for around 12 bucks, 13 bucks a bag. That's way cheaper than doing a boil by yourself, and depending on what store you're at, you might actually find it on sale. That's what prompted me to do this today, is I actually found this for $9.99 a bag. So under $10 a bag to do a low country boil. If that works, that's going to work every time. You can even do a low country boil through the week when you may not have the time to get everything together. If it only takes 6 minutes, then hey, we're going to try it, see if it works. And not being sponsored by them, I can tell you my honest opinion whether it works or not. So let's go ahead and get our pot lit up and seasoned, and then we'll dump this in and see if it takes 6 minutes. Alright, so I've got my King Kooker today. This is a turkey fry pot that came with a wire mesh basket. It can do up to a 20-pound turkey, but we're going to be doing low country boil with it, with the basket that's included. First step, we got to light it up, and before we can do that, we've got to put water in the pot. So I've got the pot about 1/3 of the way full, because I'm going to add beer in here and some seasonings, and of course the basket with all the food. We don't want it getting too high on the pot and risk boiling over. So let's go ahead and get this pot lit up, and then we'll show you what we're doing for seasoning. So while our water is coming up to boil, we're going to go ahead and add our seasonings. I'm going to start with the juice of 3 lemons. If the seeds fall in there, that's just fine. I'm just not going to throw the whole lemons in until I get my basket in. For our spice today, I'm going to do about ½ a container of Old Bay. Just keep it simple. Nice seafoody flavors. Yep, and we'll save half of that to put on as a topping. We're also going to go in with 1 12-ounce beer. I've got Sam Adams today. Now we'll give it a stir and wait for it to come up to boil. And we'll go ahead and drop our little basket in there, that way we don't forget about it. Alright, now we just wait for it to come to boil. Alright, now that we got a good roaring boil going here, I'm going to drop in just a few extra sausages. My wife's favorite part of the low country boil is sausage, so I figured if we had a little extra in there, it wouldn't hurt a bit. give this sausage about 4 minutes just to kind of get pre-cooked a little bit, and then we're going to add the bag in and go for 6 minutes and see if we get low country boil in under 10 minutes. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. So it's been about 5 minutes since I put the sausage in there, the extra sausage. I did want to open the bag up and just kind of show you what you get in the bag. The shrimp is raw, the mussels look like they're raw. The potatoes do have some blistering on them, so I'm guessing that they're pre-cooked, otherwise you wouldn't be able to get everything done at the same time. So we're going to drop this in here and we're going to start a timer for 6 minutes. It does say after you boil it to throw it in a cooler, so I'm going to let it rest in a cooler while I clean everything up out here, and hopefully we'll be eating soon. But this pot's a-boiling, so let's get this stuff a-going. We're going to carefully try to add this without making too much of a mess. Shrimpy was left. Give everything a quick stir. And my water's not quite up to the top of my basket, so I like to keep a little extra water in case I gotta add it in here. We added about 4 cups of water, brought it nearly to the top. Everything should be good now. We'll just let it come back up to a boil, put the lid on, and start the timer. Alright, so we've got a timer running on our pot right now. It started to come up to a low boil, so I put the lid on just to help accelerate that boil process. We're going to let it go for 6 minutes, and then we're going to pull it out and dump it in our cooler to let it cool down with the lid closed to keep everything nice and warm. Anything that's still got to cook off will have enough chance to cook off with all the residual heat. And we just want to make sure everything probes out to a good 165 degrees and we know everything's done. So let's let this clock run out on our boil, and then I'll bring you back in and show you the final product. Alright, so this boil's been cooking for 6 minutes. I've got the basket pulled out of the pot and it's just draining off some of the water right now. So we're going to go ahead and dump our basket into a couple of tinfoil pans that I've got in the bottom of this cooler, just so I don't make a big mess. And we're just going to close that cooler down and let that finish steaming out a little bit while I start getting some of the stuff ready inside. Let me make a plate up and we'll show you what we got. Alright, so we got a little smorgasbord of everything here we're going to try. I'm going to give this corn a piece first. Pro tip, melt you a little butter and some Old Bay seasoning and mix it all up, pour over top of it and give it a good stir. Corn is absolutely perfect. Now, let's try the shrimp. It is peel shrimp, so you will have to peel it, but it is coming off pretty good. We'll get a little taste of that shrimp there. Okay. It might slightly be overdone a little bit. I think maybe 5 minutes would have been good on the boil with the bag, but it's not terrible. I've had way worse. When I first started doing boils, my shrimp was way worse. Alright, we got 2 different sausages here. This is the one that came in the bag. This is the one that I added to the bag. So let's try the one that came in the bag first. Okay. Nice little medium of the road. A little bit of spice to it. Mine was just a Polish kielbasa. I just cut it a little thicker. So let's try that and see how it tastes. Yeah, I kind of prefer the kielbasa. It's not as spicy, but if you like a little bit more spice, you might be fine with the sausage that's in the bag. We just added that because sausage is one of my wife's favorite things in the boil, so I wanted to make sure I had extra of that. But let's try the mussels. Might need my fork for this one. Okay, nice little morsel there. The mussel's a little on the chewy side. A little bit fishy too. Might be best if you just dip that into some lemon butter before you eat it, because the seasoning that we got here, nothing really overpowers that flavor. So if you're not a huge fan of mussels, that might not be for you. But overall, I gotta say, this was a success. So I think this is something that we might have to try later on in the future. Definitely saves you a little time when it comes to the boil, and most importantly saves you a little bit in the pocketbook, especially if you can catch it on sale like I did for $9.99. Absolutely cannot beat that with a stick. But that's just my opinion on it. If you can find the Tasty Choice boil bags, let me know what you think and leave it down in the comments below. Or if you think you can come in at a better price, list your ingredients below. We'll try it, recreate it, see if we come in at a better price. But for $10 a bag, I got 2 bags. That's 20 bucks. I've spent more than that just on seafood in boils before. So I'm going to call this an overwhelming success. I'm going to go ahead and eat the rest of my food because it's getting cold. What you can do is go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Make sure you click that bell notification so that you get an upload every time that I upload a video. I know it's been quite a while. I'm going to try to get a little bit more frequent with my upload schedule. Life happens. Sometimes things don't work out. But that's all we got for today. If you would, please share this all over the place on your social medias, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok if you're using that one. I would love for you to get the word out. We're over 300 subscribers right now, and I would love to see it grow, but I can't do that without help from you. So that's all we got for tonight's episode. I'm going to enjoy this food, and we'll catch you on the next one. Alright, so I don't usually do this for a video, but after I sat down and ate my plate, I thought I would come back to you. I guess everything I grabbed on my plate, with the exception of the mussel, was the best piece that you could possibly get out of both bags that I used. Because once we started eating, we did notice there was a few things that were a little inconsistent. The potatoes pretty much kind of fell apart. The shrimp was a little bit overdone, and the mussels were a little bit chewy like the one I got. But then when I went inside and eat some of them were fine. Definitely Old Bay butter kind of saved the day on most everything, but the sausage was better when I did it. So in the long run, yes, it might be a little pricey, but it might be better to do a low country boil, buying your own ingredients like I have normally done. It might be twice or 3 times as much, but the quality is going to be way better. If it's just you and one other person, and you just kind of want something quick and easy, that might be a great thing. You may not even need the burner pot like I got. You can probably just throw it on the stovetop and do it in a regular 4-quart pot. I think that's kind of what it was more designed for anyways, so I might be overdoing it with my equipment. But the only way to really know for sure is for you to give it a shot yourself, and be sure to leave in the comments what you think. As for us, I think I'm just going to keep buying my ingredients from now on. Maybe if we just need a real quick down and dirty dinner in the middle of the week, we might think of something like that. But for right now, I think I'm going to stick to the way I've been doing it. But you try it out yourself and let me know. This has been Griffin Grills, and we'll see you on the next one.